What's up everyone, my name is Rodrigo aka Boogie702, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can get that cinematic glow for your photos without the need of any expensive ProMist filters or anything like that. Now this is a technique that I learned about 5 years ago and I've been using it on pretty much all my photos. It just gives it a really nice pop and, like I said, that cinematic glow without having to break the bank. And I'm recording in my son's room, so sorry for that background. He's using my desktop for his college classes, so that's why I'm in here. Now for this technique, you will need the full desktop version of Photoshop and Lightroom. So let's jump right into it. Alright, we're gonna start off with this photo right here. This is an OG shot, the Western Hotel. The photo has already been edited. Here's the before and the after. Now before I open up Photoshop, one thing I like to do, since I'm gonna add this little effect in Photoshop, I lower my highlights, more than normal, because we're gonna make them pop in Photoshop. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Open the photo in Photoshop. Now once we're in here, we're gonna duplicate the layer. Now you could rename it, but I'm gonna leave it like that for this video. But once you duplicate the layer, you're gonna come up to image, you're gonna apply image and leave everything as is. Blending on multiply, 100% opacity, just click OK. Then you're gonna come down here to blending and you're gonna look for screen, click on screen, and right here you could already see what this effect did. It made the image pop a little bit more, without blowing out the highlights. So that alone, sometimes I'll just do that without adding the glow. But once we're done with this, we're gonna come up to filter, we're gonna look for blur, and then click on Gaussian blur. And here is, it's all gonna be personal preference, how much glow you want to add to the photo. You can go from 10 all the way to 164, which is ridiculous. I don't like to go over 50. So for this photo, I'm probably gonna do 44, 45. I'm gonna leave it around there. I don't like to go over 50. You could do whatever you want with your photos, but me, I keep it under 50. So just click OK once you're done, and now you can see the before and the after. It just gives it that nice little cinematic glow, and this is something that I use for most of my photos. Again, it's something I learned back in 2019, but it's a really cool effect, especially here in Vegas with all the neon lights. Like, this effect just works perfectly for that. So we're done with this photo. Let's go back to Lightroom. I'm gonna show you how I use it on a sunset shot. Now, same thing, I'm gonna lower the highlights more than what I would normally do, but I'm also gonna lower the exposure, just because I already know we're gonna make all this pop even more in Photoshop. So let's open up in Photoshop, and there is a way where you can do this without needing the full version of Photoshop. I'll show you guys how to do that in a bit. But same thing, we're gonna duplicate the layer, come up to image, apply image, come to the blending, look for screen. See that made the image pop a little bit more. Again, this sometimes I'll just do this without adding the blur. But let's look for blur, Gaussian blur, and add that glow. We're gonna do 36, 30. I'm gonna leave it right there for this one. You see the before and the after. It's a really cool effect. It works very well on sunsets as well. So let's go back to Lightroom, and I'm gonna show you how this works on rainy shots, because this is really where I think this effect really shines and it really makes a big difference, is with rainy shots and the neon signs. So again, I'm gonna lower the highlights a little bit more, lower the exposure. Let's open it up in Photoshop. And when I have a subject in my photo, I'm going to show you how I separate that from the glow. Again, duplicate the layer, come up to image, apply image, everything stays the same, just click OK. And look for screen, come up to blur, Agent blur, and yeah, that looks sick. See, this is where that effect really shines. So I'm gonna leave it at 37. See the before and the after. Like, that looks really cool with the reflections. So, you know, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna separate the subject, you know, from that glow to really make him pop more. So we're gonna create a mask. Then look for the brush. Now I'm gonna do this pretty quick just for the purpose of this video, so I don't keep you guys too long. I'm gonna just brush over him and just remove that glow effect from the subject. You know, I would honestly do it from pretty much everybody in the frame, but you know, I'm just gonna do this really quick just so you guys get an idea. Quick, I do it to the shadow as well. This is really sloppy, but you know, you guys get the idea. When you guys do it, you know, take your time with it. All right, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Zoom out. You can see now, like, that effect, you know, isn't on the subject and he really pops. So that's what I like to do when I have a subject in the photo and I'm using this effect. All right, so let's go back to Lightroom. Now I'm going to show you how to get a similar effect just by using, you know, the free version of Lightroom. You know, that way if you don't have, you know, the full desktop version of Photoshop, this is a way you can get a similar effect. So you're just going to come down here. Well, actually, no. I'm going to lower my highlights. Now I'm going to raise my highlights. And I'm going to come down to effects. And I'm going to decrease my clarity. And you can see, you know, when you raise up the clarity and then you lower it, it gives it that nice soft look. You know, it's similar to like a glow effect, but I mean, it's not as cool as the one in Photoshop, but you know, this works. So I mean, you could lower it all the way down. Might even lower the texture a little bit. So that's just another way that you could get the similar effect, you know, if you don't have that full version of Photoshop. Now, this is a technique that I've been wanting to share with you guys for a minute now. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You know, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And, you know, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos like this, where I show you little techniques of, you know, my editing workflow. But, you know, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of that. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.